going on, everybody?
Happy quarantining. What's up? We're back. I hope quarantine life is going well for you. We're back with a few updates that we just wanted to give you guys. You want to go first?
Yes. Okay, so during this quarantine, I've actually made a few changes. Not extremely drastic, but more so for my health. So even though I have been working out often before quarantine, now I work out a whole lot more. Not in an unhealthy manner, but I just add more days and I am more consistent. I don't allow weeks to go by without working out. I don't even allow days to go by without working out. And then another major change that I made was with my diet, which is majority plant-based, but I am incorporating fish and seafood. So I have cut off chicken, I have cut off beef. He's not joining me, it's just me. And I've been really disciplined. There are moments where I will get tempted, like yesterday when he was grilling, but I realized, like, if I'm setting my mind to something, I'm sticking to it. I'm not changing. And I did that just because of my own health concerns. I wanted to be better. I believe that we don't always have to wait until we receive kind of like a doctor's report telling us, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that. And I'm not saying I was super unhealthy, but I felt and I am feeling better by changing to a plant-based / semi-pescatarian diet. You know, hoping that one day I will become fully plant-based, but you know, I want to wean myself off and just try my best to cut off other meats like chicken, beef. Now I stopped eating pork a while ago, but just like chicken and beef, and just stick to seafood and plant-based, and it's been great, honestly. Hopefully he joins me one day, but for now, it's really good. It's definitely, it's not a challenge, but making my own meal and then making something for him, it definitely is. It can be challenging at times, trying to figure out what I want to eat and then what he would want to eat, because somebody is a picky eater, like picky. I feel like I always have to decide, but that's my personal update with my health and what I'm doing differently, hoping that I come out of this, you know, just mentally better, physically better, spiritually better. So that's just for me personally.
Awesome. Yeah, and for me, my biggest update is I've been launching my photography business. I've been going full force. I got updated my camera. I got a bunch of lights and tripods and stands and backdrops. So I am going full force. So anybody that's local in the Boston area, Massachusetts, you need photography, any pictures this year or any videos, hit me up. I'm available. I'm dropping a website soon with all my packages, so I'm doing portraits and good deals, so hit me up. That's one update. Another one is I've been taking this time to really read, and instead of you know, kind of binging social media or binging Netflix, I've been taking this time to just you know, just read more and to explore my library and expand my library. So with that being said, I have a few recommendations for you.
Wait, before he goes, I do want to touch base just because he talked about his photography business, and I do want to, I know like it's in front of the camera or whatever and I say it in behind closed doors, but I just want to say that I am really proud that this quarantine has caused him to go forward with his photography stuff. He can be his biggest critic, and I'm always not just because, you know, I love him and all that kind of stuff, but it's just because I really am amazed by his work and his passion. Like, not many people see how much he learns every single day, like how much he studies the art of photography, not just taking pictures, but everything else that comes with it, the editing, the film, everything. And so to see him walk forth in his passion rather than sitting on his gifts and his talents, it just makes me extremely happy that he's walking forth in it. And I'm just excited to see what God is going to do with it. So yeah, we can start with the books.
She's so sweet. Check out some sample pictures. I'll post them right here or something. But yes, let's go on with the books now. A few reads. I first want to recommend is Dave Ramsey. Dave Ramsey's Total Money Makeover. This was actually a gift to me from my wife. And y'all know them stimulus checks hitting, right? You know, so y'all want to budget and get out of debt and create generational wealth for you. So this is a great read. I highly recommend it. It's a strategy. The testimonies are all over his Instagram and Facebook. The testimonies are true. People getting out of debt a lot sooner than they expected.
Discipline.
Highly recommend it.
Discipline.
My next book I recommend is Abba. This is by Matthew Stevenson. He's a pastor in Chicago. His church is called All Nations Worship Assembly. This is a real good book about getting to know God as your father, and not as your higher power, not as your just a God figure, but as a father. And so I really recommend it. It changed my perspective on God. So I pray that you guys would get this and dive into it. My current read, this is something that I cannot put down. This is called Discerner. This is by James Gall. He's a real good prophetic voice and prophetic general for at this time. And this book is about kind of enhancing your spiritual gifts and experiencing God through hearing and feeling and touching and smelling, and so it's really good. It's a lot of activations. It's kind of advanced, but I would recommend it for anybody who wants to go deeper in God.
All right, now it's my turn. Disclaimer. It has been so difficult for me to read since I graduated nursing school. I don't know if anyone can attest to this, but I feel as if when you are in school for so long, and I feel I've been going to school for ever. When you have been in school for so long and you read textbook after textbook and you study all these textbooks, it gets so difficult to leisure read. Like, it gets difficult. I'll pick up a book and I'll immediately feel overwhelmed. But I have been pushing myself. Even if it's just 1 page a day, I've been pushing myself. So I will share my current reads. Babe, can you get me my books back there? I will share my past read and my current read at the moment. I do kind of struggle reading 2 books at a time, so pray for me. I am very indecisive. It's just however I'm feeling each day. I will balance between 2 books. Like, if I want to read this today, I'll read that. If not, I'll read the other. But my past reads is Fervent, and this is by Priscilla Schreier. And this is just about being a man or woman of prayer. Just prayer warrior, praying in everything, praying in all things, really dissecting prayer, understanding prayer, and allowing prayer to be your first, your first sword, your first weapon of choice, allowing prayer to be your go-to no matter what you're going through. This book really dives into the importance of prayer and the importance of fervent prayer. And that's kind of what God has been dealing with me lately about, is the fervent, effectual prayers of the righteous. So just continuous prayer. And so that's what this book was about. I truly would recommend it for anyone who is starting out trying to understand what prayer is, anyone that wants to pray more, anyone that wants to dive deeper into prayer. I would 10 out of 10 recommend this. Another read that I have, and I haven't fully finished it, but I have read majority of it to truly be transformed by it. And this is Destroying the Spirit of Rejection by John Eckhart. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I'll show it clearer in another segment. But this just talks about rejection. What we all don't realize is we all suffer through rejection in some way or another. As much as we want to be in denial about it, or maybe it was subtle rejection, it still impacts us in one way or another. And unfortunately, when we have rejection from our past, our present, it can kind of affect the way we maneuver. And that's kind of how fear of people bondage, that's how people bondage is formed. because you've been rejected by people before, you always feel as if you need to be validated by people. And that's just one example. And this book really does a good job tackling rejection and where it stems from in the little subtle places that we don't even realize it stems from. So that's another past read that I would recommend. And my 2 current reads, I will start with Desiring God by John Eckhart. I mean, not by John Eckhart, sorry, by John Piper. Desiring God by John Piper. And I just started reading this book maybe 2 weeks ago. I'm not super far in it, but I saw the recommendation from Jackie Hill Perry about how it transformed her relationship with God, how she was able to see God in a different light and truly understand God in a different manner. And I'm on this journey where I grew up in church, so I want to understand God for myself, and I truly want to understand the true characteristics of God, and not just what's spoken to me, but what I've experienced and what I understand myself. So I'm excited to dive deeper into this book. Once I finish, I will let you guys know how it transformed me, what I've learned from it, and everything of that sort. And then there is More Than Enough. I received this book as a birthday gift in February from my best friend, Kavana. And it is a book that I've seen going around social media a lot. And I was always interested in reading it. So she did get it for me. So I'm excited to dive deeper into this book. It's definitely 2 genres. One that I believe will tackle you as an individual and build up esteem within yourself, and another that will help you understand God and help sharpen your desire for God. So those are my past reads and my current reads. We just want to encourage you guys during this time. You know, it's not the same for everybody. And so we just want to encourage you guys to do what works for you. I know that there is this misconception that you have to come out of this having done so much. But I believe that it's important that we all do what works for us, what works for our mental, what works for our physical, and what works for our spiritual overall. So just want to encourage everybody, anybody who watches this that may feel weary, anybody who watches this that may feel down, that feels as if they can't pick up a book. I just want to encourage you, pick up whatever it is you can. Do what you can. Do what you have the capacity for, and pray that God grants you more capacity. That's it?
That's it.
Okay, guys. Well, we will come back at you with another video. We thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, and we will see you again soon.